Yo, welcome back, everybody. We're back. We're in the cantina. We're chilling. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
It has been a little bit, been a little busy, getting some things together behind the scenes.
Yeah, gathering research and development.
That's what it's all about.
Black leather gloves. But recently, behind the scenes, when we've had some spare time, we've been playing some Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl. So we figured we'd come on here and talk a little bit about the remake. Wasn't remastered. I mean, this was like a full remake, like updated.
Yeah,
everything pretty much.
I guess some more so a remake than a remaster for sure.
Yeah,
I would say so. It was, I enjoyed it. It was pretty nice. They kind of went like, they didn't go full on Sword and Shield, which was kind of cool because like that was a brand new Pokemon story and all that stuff, new region. So doing a kind of a remake in this, like, I feel like they used kind of the same. I know, what is it, the chibi art style?
Yeah,
it's like the same. It's just the same like what they did with Link's Awakening. That's what it reminded me of playing it.
Yeah, for sure. I never played the original Diamond. I kind of cut out at, I think it was Silver and Gold, were those two back in the day?
Yeah, the second gen.
Yeah. I had Gold. That was the last one I had gotten for the Game Boy. So I was pumped to play this, not only because I never really played this gen of Pokemon, but also Sword and Shield kind of really got me back into Pokemon because that game was great.
Those games were so. The one thing I regret with those games is that I waited so long to get it.
Yeah,
because I think it came out in the end of, I want to say the end of 2019, and I didn't get it till like, I think it was sometime around last summer.
Yeah,
something like that. So like,
because I got it a little bit after you.
Yeah, because that's what I was telling you. I was like, dude, this game is like, it was solid. Like, it was just, I remember too, I went over to my buddy's house and he was playing it, and I was sitting there like watching him, and him just go like the third person view now, not the overhead anymore, going around, and he's like in a wild area, and you just see the Pokemon floating around and all this. It's no more your random encounters in the grass, which did kind of suck in this Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl
they
remake.
went back to that,
bringing that back. But like, again, I understand it, being that generation and all that.
Yeah.
But like, I just remember being over there, seeing the Pokemon floating around, and I'm like, I asked him, I was like, these are the new Pokemon games? He's like, yeah. He's like, they're pretty solid. And I just remember looking, I'm like, this is like what I wish we had when we were younger when it came out. Had technology been like as good as it is now.
Yeah.
And once I seen that, I was like, I have to get this game.
Yeah, and they kind of had some elements of that with the Pokemon just out in the wild when you go underground. They do have it there. I know in the new one that's coming out, all the previews have Pokemon just out in the wild and stuff. So I think that'll be something that just stays with the franchise from now on, which is fine by me. I love it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Saves a lot of time, and then if you want to fuck up some Pokemon, you can.
Right.
If you're looking to complete your Pokedex, you see it, okay, I gotta go get that guy right there.
Yep.
So when I started playing the Diamond game, it's funny. I played, like, I got to like the first city, I forget what it's called, start with a J. And
Gemstone, I can't even remember.
I can't either. But I got there and I saved it, and then I probably didn't touch it for like a week. And then like last week I started playing it again, and I'm hooked again. It's so funny how like you can just get so fucking sucked in.
Yeah.
For stretches, But I gotta say, I don't know if it was in the original Diamond. You might be able to tell me this because I know you played it a little bit. Like the mining, place that they had in the new game, and then the wind turbine place with all the wind turbines. I was like, there's no way that was in the older games.
So I believe the what is it? The solar, the wind farm or whatever.
Yeah, the wind farm.
That little part. I can't think of it. Yeah, that I think was in there before.
Was it? Okay.
But the underground, I don't think that was for sure. Although again, yeah, I did play a little bit of Diamond. I bought it for the DS, but I didn't get that far and really get that deep into it too. Not like I have with this one.
Yeah.
So I don't.
It just seems so intricate. And I was like, God, there's no way this used to be there. This has to be something new.
That's what I thought. It was kind of a newer thing they put in to kind of just give you like a little mini game and stuff. Plus, you get the statues. It's kind of fun to dig. You get items and stuff for like different TMs and moves and stuff. And then you also get the rare Pokemon spawns down in the underground too, which is cool. Which kind of brings it back a little bit to the Sword and Shield, where the Pokemon are just out roaming around, and you have to actually like run into them for the encounter.
Yeah,
I enjoy this underground. I was talking to Solomon about it, and you know how his opinion is on a lot of things, so he could just be fickle just to do it.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, the underground sucks and all that. I'm like, yeah, maybe like I can understand like it'll lose its appeal after a little bit, but I still kind of enjoyed it a little bit. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the only reason I felt like it was new, because it's like something that's just like not necessary for like the game.
Right.
It's just kind of like there. It's almost like a DLC in a way. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, it's kind of cool that they put that in there if it's new. Like I said, this is the first time I've played Diamond, so
okay. I think it was in the originals. I had to look it up real quick because I'm like, we sound like total. I mean, we are kind of like total noobs to this generation.
I am.
Obviously.
I'll tell you, honest to God, I never played it.
Yeah, and that's what, like I said, yeah, I played a little bit, never too deep, but looking at it here, it looks like it was in the original one. So
yeah,
probably not as expansive as it is now, because it was on DS. Now it's on a Switch. They got more capabilities that they could take advantage of. So.
For sure. Yeah, bro. I'll never act like I know everything about Pokemon. Too hardcore of a community to try to lie to, bro. Hell
I mean,
no.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is for sure. I know I was reading a lot too before it came out that I guess this was one of the generations it was notorious for like not really having fire Pokemon to choose from. In the originals, outside of Chimchar, I think there was like, I could be wrong, but maybe like one other fire type in the region that you can get or something like that. So it was pretty nice in this one that there's kind of an abundance of fire types you could choose from. Like we were talking about yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before when we were playing?
Yeah.
Kind of, you were talking about getting a Ponyta. Like you get that pretty early on. They got Houndoom down in the underground, that's always been one of my favorite like dark fire types is Houndoom. That one's sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's something I don't know a ton about. Like I was telling you the other day when we were on the phone, like after like the original 151, I'm like so spotty on like who's in what generation. Like,
yeah,
I can see a Pokemon, know who it is. Couldn't tell you the generation. Like second generation, I'm pretty solid on. I'm still not great on, but original 151, I mean, that's the classic.
That's the bread
and the butter.
The butter.
The butter. Like I was telling you, every time I see one, I'm like, I gotta catch it.
Yeah, you just have to. It's that nostalgia pull so hard. It's like
it is. It really is.
I mean, shit, that came out. It was funny. I was thinking about it as I was playing this remake. I'm like, shit, man. I got blue version when I was like, I had to be 8 years old, 8 or 9, and it's just like that was so long ago. Like, yeah, it's those original 151. You almost can't beat them. And then second gen was pretty sweet. I think I dropped out right after Ruby and Sapphire, the third generation, because even when I bought Diamond for my DS, I bought it. It was like 4 years ago or something. So that was even more recent. So like I dropped out for a while because it was just other things going on, life, and then it would just started getting where like there's a shit ton of Pokemon. And I seen some of the designs of some. I'm like, these are kind of weak. Like, and then Sword and Shield, got me back into it because it was just like this is a whole new experience. I could dig it for sure.
Yeah, the design of Pokemon definitely changed over the years for the worse for a little bit, but it seems to be getting back into they're having like fresher ideas, better ideas, designs. That's always a pull for me is like the artwork of the Pokemon.
Absolutely.
You don't want to look too cheesy,
Yeah.
It was almost like I always felt like that's why Digimon became a thing. It's because they were like, oh, these are going to be the hardcore Pokemon. Like, we're going to make these all edgy, which Digimon was sweet, but that's another story.
Digimon was cool for a little bit, yeah, for sure. But Pokemon definitely, because Pokemon didn't mind doing some of the cheesiness, which I mean, if you're being realistic too, you have to. Yeah, you definitely 100%. Have to. So it made sense. But yeah, Digimon was kind of more that like more hardcore, like this is more, just hard edge like Pokemon. It was I did enjoy that for a little bit.
Yeah, it was dope. Cool. It was dope. How do you feel like? Do you feel like for like in terms of like remakes that we've played in the past, this is like a remake, remaster, whatever you want to call it. How do you feel this like stacks up with other ones? Like, are you like really pleased that you got this game? Like,
honestly, yeah, I really don't regret at all buying it. I enjoy it. It's like it's funny too because a lot of the games I've been playing the last couple years have been a lot of remakes of stuff coming out, like with Final Fantasy VII last year, Resident Evil 3 last year as well. Even when they made Resident Evil 2 like a couple years before that, like a lot of the newer games I've been playing on console and PC, it's been remakes, and I've been enjoying every one of them. This one I definitely put up there. It's pretty solid. I really have no disappointments with it. Outside of, I feel like at one point my Pokemon were a little like over leveled in some areas. So like I'm going through like just one shot and stuff, and I'm like, now this is fun, but at the same time, it kind of loses like a little bit of the challenge to the game. So it's like,
it's always nice to one tap some fucks though.
It's not bad either.
It's like, oh, that's a cute Geodude. Get fucked.
Right, just destroy him.
Yeah.
But honestly, as a remake on its face and everything, I enjoy it. I have no regrets about buying it. It was worth the money for me.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll tell you what, and this is how I look at like remakes or remaster games, even sequels of games. Especially for nostalgia purposes, like in our age group, in the 30s, who've grown up with Pokemon their whole life. I did not play Diamond originally, so obviously this game's going to be just a whole new experience for me.
Right.
But I feel like this game like is so up to date correctly, like graphically, aesthetically, cosmetically. It looks amazing. It looks like they literally just made this Pokemon and it just came out this year. Like it looks like you could tell me that it didn't exist in the past and I would totally believe it. You know what I mean?
I see I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
So from that aspect, I think this is a fucking great remake. I harden back. I've been telling you, like Halo, my biggest issue is if you take the name Halo off of it, the game kind of sucks. It really loses its luster without the name Halo on it. And if it wasn't free, there'd be some major issues going on with that game not being up to par. You know what I mean?
Not personally yet. I have it downloaded. I know we're gonna be playing some, so then I'll for sure have a good opinion on it. But I can understand exactly what you're saying though. We've like, not that COD's a remake, but like COD's the last couple years, it's like the only reason they're selling as well as they are is because of the name COD.
It's the name.
Like, that's it.
100%.
So like I get what you're saying 100%. Like I can't disagree.
And you know, it probably would have been easy for them to fucking just, let's just update the graphics and put this game out. Excuse me, fucking yawning. And just, you know, put the game out and charge $60 for it and get people to buy it because it's Pokemon and they're gonna buy it. But I feel like they actually took their time and made this game, and it looks and fits and feels like a game that was made specifically for the Switch.
100%. And that's, I mean, the early sales too are kind of showing that too. Like I was telling you, I was watching a video yesterday or the day before, and the guy was mentioning it, that the sales they're behind what Sword and Shield was, but they're like at a surprising pace compared to what Sword and Shield was.
Right.
And for a remake, you wouldn't necessarily think that either. You would expect them to be kind of like meh kind of sales, but that kind of goes to show like what the time and effort they did put into this, especially with the new one coming out at the end of January, which is really not that far away at all.
No, it's not.
So
less than just a month.
Yeah, pretty much. So like they put the time and effort into this to make it a nice, good remake for everybody, and didn't necessarily care about the long term of it because they had this other huge project on the horizon, which is nice to see. It didn't seem like they really cut corners, and if they did, I don't feel like it was to the detriment of the game. At least in my gameplay, my personal experience with it, I've enjoyed it. So.
No, I think it was a perfect game to release to kind of drive up more hype for this new game, because this new game looks incredible.
It looks so good.
It looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean,
and
like you were saying,
the rumors too about the Cyndaquil maybe being Ghost Fire type. That's got me so excited.
People
I don't know if
murmur.
that's for sure. I don't know. I got to do some more digging on that. But when I heard that and I was telling you, I was like, that's got me excited because that was like, I love the starters from Johto, the second gen, but Cyndaquil was always like my favorite out of them.
He's the GOAT, dude.
So
Him
a
and
ghost,
Totodile.
yeah, Totodile was, yeah, for sure. But you tell me you get a ghost fire type Cyndaquil, like, oh yeah,
Yeah, at the gate, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know me, dude. I love ghost type Pokemon. So I'm fucking in on that 100%.
Yo.
But I feel like this game was like a perfect game to drive up hype and get people excited for Pokemon again. Like, you probably sucked in people who they kind of lost in Pokemon for a little bit to like, hey, we're remaking this game, Diamond. Like, oh, I remember playing that. I'll check it out. And then you start getting into it. Then you see that the new game's coming out. Like, well, I mean, it'll be like a 6-month swing. It's not that long of a swing. Because when did this game get released? Last month? Right?
Oh, not even
6 months.
Yeah,
It's like
literally
a
gonna be
4-month
like
swing.
3, if that. It's the end of January. So, this came out November 19th. So you're talking.
Oh shit! Yeah, 3-month swing.
2 months, like almost 2.5 months.
That's crazy,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
How many companies do that?
Not many.
Like, you would almost think that would hurt your sales because people are like, well, I'm just gonna wait to buy the new one. Like, why would I play this remake? But like you were saying, they're getting the people to buy this game. Like you were saying earlier, it surpassed Battlefield.
Yeah, in the UK sales, in the UK on all. So yeah, for 2021 in the UK on all consoles, it is second behind FIFA.
That's crazy,
sales.
Bro.
That beats out bad. I know. That's why I was so many times like,
beats out COD. COD just released a game. Like, that's crazy.
It did, honestly, that article didn't even mention COD either, and that was a recent article, like as of I think it was December 1st. So that's even surprising that COD wasn't even on that list to be mentioned, to be like passed over. Because that Battlefield surprised me, but that's even like it's crazy.
Battlefield had a lot of hype, but Battlefield has a lot of haters, and I'm one of them. Battlefield 1 was the best Battlefield they ever had.
That was the World War One, right?
Yeah, and they haven't been able to capture that sense. To me, at least, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of Battlefield.
Yeah, I can't say I'm a hater because I never played it. I only bought Battlefield 1 because it was World War One, because no other games
nobody touches that
World War One. So when I seen that, I was like, well, I gotta get this.
Yeah.
And then I haven't played another one since. So I can't say I'm a hater, but I obviously haven't gone to buy any games of their series. Yeah. So like
they just don't drive your attention. I mean, they just don't do anything. That's not there for me. They just don't do anything for me.
Yeah.
It's like I'd rather play Call of Duty. I've been playing it my whole life. Yes, they annoy the piss out of me, but whatever. I've been putting it up for this long. What the fuck could I change?
Right.
But I'm fucking enjoying the shit out of this game. And I'm way less. I mean, you're like way more of a Pokemon advocate than I am. I'm like, I get my spurts where I'm like in hardcore and I'm fucking calling you. I'm like, what is this? What is that? Like,
right.
But I'm really enjoying it, man. It's getting me back to feeling like playing like gold and fucking blue, you know, and so I hope it's doing that for regular Pokemon fans too. It's getting a lot of viewage on Twitch. So people are watching people play this game. So
yeah,
there's a lot of hype around Pokemon again. It's nice to see that this just didn't die and go away. You know, the Pokemon cards are coming back. Like, well, they've been back since COVID, man. The card game for Pokemon has exploded. It's crazy.
That's something that like got me, like, it surprised me when I found out just how big those like unpackagings are on YouTube and stuff like that. It's insane.
Yeah,
and like I could see it though. I was watching this one guy watch on YouTube. He does like run throughs and stuff, and he's kind of where I got the inspiration for our idea that we'll, you know, share it here in a little bit with everybody. But I was watching one of his videos, and then his next one on the playlist was he was opening Pokemon packs, and I was like, you know what? I'll just watch this. He got some. It was getting me pretty hyped. It was pretty sweet. He got this like, I don't like Kricketune, the Pokemon, too much, but he got a holographic Kricketune. It's like a rare one to get, and he was fucking jumping around, screaming and shit. I caught myself a little smile on my face. I'm like, it's kind of got me hyped a little bit. I was like, this is pretty sweet. Like, I could see why those videos get people. Like,
yeah,
get you.
It's exciting when you can tell it's like authentic joy. You know what I mean?
Yes. Somebody who actually does care about like Pokemon, you can tell they're kind of passionate about it, that it means something to them. Like it's yeah.
Yeah. I might not be the greatest at card openings. I'll be like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but it looks sweet. It's like who's the fuck that fucking video? I think it's a I can't remember if it's a like College Humor one where he's like he was making fun of my Pokemon because the girl was playing Pokemon Go. He's like, oh, that's almost a pair. But it was
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I'll show it to you after
No.
this. It's fucking hilarious. The only one he actually named by his name was Pikachu. He's like, oh, that's Pikachu. Everybody knows that.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking hilarious. He just makes fun of what the Pokemon look like instead of calling them by their name.
Maybe you showed me that. I don't know. There's
an
another
old
one
video. It's an old video. It's funny.
I'll have to watch it again.
But yeah, that would be me because I'd be like, I mean, even when we talk, I've like mispronounced names. You're like, you mean this? I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. No, I was close. I was in the ballpark, bro.
Get your shit straight, dude.
I know.
No,
I've been out of the game a long time, man.
Hey, I get it. I was too until, like I said, until Sword and Shield. That got me kind of back in it, and I was like, all right, this is pretty sweet. I like this.
Yeah.
And especially, it's like if this is the direction Pokemon's going for newer games and they're releasing new stuff, it's like I could absolutely pay them my money and have no regrets about it.
Yeah, dude. Thinking about it, like when did Gold come out? Like
2000.
It was the last Pokemon game I actually played like and beat before like Shield, where I played and beat that one. What's the gap? That's how long I've been out of the Pokemon game, bro. Like 20 years.
I want to say 2000. Let me just double check. Oh, you know, it was 1999. No, that was Australia's release. North America,
it's going to be like 20
North
years.
America, October 2000. I remember too that. I remember that Christmas too because like my parents had just split up like the year prior. So like,
damn, way to hamper down the podcast.
Oh, well, no, this is like
Christmases,
a joyful. Dude. Yep, that's exactly, dude. I just remember that year, Gold and Silver were coming out, and I'm like, man, you know,
mom for gold and dad for silver.
I was like, I'm usually depressed. My parents are split, but I'm like, maybe I could use this to my advantage. I got both versions that year for Christmas. It was fucking sweet.
Oh, the perks of divorce. There you go.
Hey, sometimes it works out.
Hey,
maybe not emotionally. And when you grow up, you might have a drinking problem. But I'll tell you what,
hey, gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Do it. Listen, every Pokemon trainer, they have their flaws. Okay.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone's got a backstory.
Yep.
That's great. Yeah. So 20 years I've been out of the game, man. So I'm slowly getting back into it. Pokemon Go helps too, but I don't play that as much as I should.
I bet, like, for a while, and I know, like, we've talked about on the podcast before, there's really not a whole lot of good video games that have been out. So, like, that one, I find myself playing Pokemon Go more than most other games. And literally, it's because I'll have my phone on me. If we're somewhere where, like, you have some downtime while you're waiting for shit, it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to open this and just play a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's solid. I do enjoy Pokemon Go. Plus, I find that I run into shinies more often in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, more than any person I know.
Oh, dude, I'm sure there's people out there that run into them more than me. It's what it is how many people do you actually talk to that play Pokemon Go?
You.
That's more what exactly. So that's why. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But I like to stack them up on there and then trade them to the actual game. So
yeah, that is nice that they did that too. That they have like the Pokemon Home where you can
that's really nice. Stuff. Yeah, all the games kind of interconnect right there. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I know you cannot trade them to Pokemon Go, right? You can only trade them from Pokemon Go to the home, but you can't trade them from the home to Go.
Yeah.
But it's still cool if you like catch a sweet ass Pokemon. You're like, fuck, it's gonna take me forever to find that in a game. I'm just gonna transfer it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that is an awesome little feature that they did.
That's another thing that I'll give them a lot of like kudos for is how they've been able to interconnect every single game pretty much through the Pokemon Home app. It really it kind of brings like what could be loose fragments of the community that maybe play certain games and all that. It kind of brings them all together. Like it's just real nice way to tie it all together and kind of keep all your data almost in one, spot for you too.
Yeah, absolutely. And even like in Diamond where they had, if you had a saved file from Sword, you got a certain Pokemon. If you had it from Sword and Go, you got, what was it, a Mew.
Yeah,
which is fucking baller.
the Let's Go Stab data gave you Mew, and then you got the Jirachi for the Sword and
Yeah.
Shield. That was pretty sweet.
So that's a
I
cool
like
little
that a lot.
feature that they did.
I grabbed them right up, and I used them for a minute, and then I was like, it felt a little cheesy using legendaries though, because like
Yeah.
Jirachi got so ridiculously powerful, and he'd be like the same level as these other Pokemon, but like I was like, I got to take him out of my party. It's too easy.
Yeah.
I'm already one shot and stuff. Like,
so the Jirachi, I don't know much about, obviously, but I have noticed that he's fucking OP to have in your party when you're facing two people, because the Swift attack will attack both Pokemon in one move.
yeah,
I'm like,
solid.
what? I'm like, yeah, I'm using him every time. Like,
Yep. And that move never misses. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. So I have started to pick up on some of like the strategy of Pokemon again and stuff like that. And I do love that's something I was introduced in Sword was the double Pokemon fights battles.
Those are so much fun. The double battles.
I loved it, man. I loved it. I think that was one of the things I really loved about that game, because I was like, fuck, I've never seen this before. And they might have had it in other games, but I was like, I've never seen this before. This is fucking sweet.
That's what I want to say, that they introduced that into Gen 3, the Ruby and Sapphire, like right as you dropped out, basically. I want to say that's where it first appeared.
Yeah.
But yeah, it honestly is one of my favorites too. It was one thing I liked about because Sword and Shield, they went into like the hyper competitive aspect of it, which was pretty sweet too. I like that they did like competitive like trainer battles and stuff. Because I do like trying to go on, you pick your party and fight other people online. That shit's fun. And I like the double battles in there because it opens up things, a lot more strategy and things of what can go on with the double battles. It's really fun.
Yeah, because, dude, there's a shit ton of strategy that goes into a Pokemon battle that, like, necessarily you don't have to think about throughout a gameplay. Outside of facing a gym, you're not really worried about what the other trainers have when you're walking through the paths and stuff. But like a double trainer battle is pretty, like, that's like pretty dope. You want to have a mixture of Pokemon in your party, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that a lot. Obviously, I'm pretty competitive, so I like competitive shit. Speaking of competitive shit, brings us to what we've been working on in the background.
Yep.
We're gonna start streaming Pokemon Diamond. I think they call it Brilliant Diamond, right?
Yeah, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
We're gonna start streaming those. I'm gonna stream on my Twitch. Nicholas is gonna stream on the YouTube page, right to Cantina Corner. We're gonna do gameplay against each other. We're gonna go throughout the game. Whenever we face a rival, we're gonna battle each other. But we got a little bit of a twist going on with how we're gonna go through the game. You want to explain that?
Yeah, so pretty much like I mentioned earlier, the one guy watching YouTube kind of gave me the inspiration. I know he didn't create the like Nuzlocke challenges; it was kind of before him, but just watching his was kind of cool because he was running through just bug types. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, oh, man, me and Cody could totally do some shit like this and make it competitive. That'd be fun. I think people would love to watch that. So we're pretty much going to be doing like what the Nuzlocke is. Basically, people kind of impose these stringent rules on themselves for a playthrough to make it more fun, more challenging. So what we're going to do is kind of somewhat like that. My brother Solomon, he's never been on the podcast before. No,
he is not.
I know he was.
He's on some of the like, OG audios.
Yeah, the way back in the day. He's on a couple. So hold on one second. Get a little hoarse in my throat.
There you go.
But so what we're gonna do is we're gonna employ the use of my brother, and he's gonna go through and hatch. I don't think we come to a final number yet on what we want our party size to be. It's gonna be anywhere from 10 to 12, maybe 10 to 15 Pokemon. He's gonna go through, pick those Pokemon for us, and gather us eggs for that. So we're only going to hatch our first 6. Okay, let me back it up a little bit. From the beginning of the game to the first gym, you can't trade until you get that first badge. So Salmon's going to handpick our starters for us. We're going to go through and just beat that gym. As soon as we beat that gym, that's when the Nuzlocke challenge kind of comes into play. Salmon's going to trade us our eggs. We're only going to hatch those 6 eggs. We're not going to have any advanced knowledge of these eggs either. Salomon's picking them all by hand, whatever he wants to do, and just trades them to us. We're not going to know until they hatch.
Nope.
So, and we're only going to hatch our first 6 at a time, get our party, and only hatch them as Pokemon faint. And so here's where some more of the Nuzlocke rules kind of come into play. I think what we pretty much agreed on is depending on the party size, the Pokemon have 1 life, and that's it. Once they faint, we put it in the PC, can't use it anymore. And then at that point is when we grab another egg, hatch it. We'll have to do some grinding, get that Pokemon leveled up, and that's how it's gonna go. So
It's gonna be
it's kind of the
tough.
start of it. I know we kind of discussed a little bit too about healing items during a battle. We are only going to limit ourselves to maybe using like 3 potions or something a battle. We might even just go no potions for a battle. So we'll see. We're kind of just, some of these rules we still got a little bit in the works to tweak, but that's what we've been working on.
Yeah.
And then, and as you mentioned, yeah, every time we face the in-game rival, that's when we battle in each other. So it'll be interesting too, the first battle, because we won't know each other's parties at all.
Nope.
0. We won't know nothing.
Totally blind.
So we cannot strategize against each other. And who knows, even after that first battle to the next one, if any of our Pokemon faint, we might have an idea of some of the party. But, we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be tough, man, because there's times where I'll just fucking leave my Pokemon out there. You're going to have to strategize. Like, all right, he's getting low. I got to pull him back, put out a new one, and then just go to the, Poke Center and fucking heal him up after this battle. Because
right,
if you fucking drop like 2 or 3 right out of the gate, you're fucked later on.
Yes. And that's what's going to be tough is some of the Pokemon, like, some of them could be integral to later in the gameplay because, some Pokemon they could be weak early game, but late game, they could be absolute monsters for you, and it could be a key Pokemon in your party, especially when you go up against the Elite Four.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be it makes you think about things in a whole new way, especially, like I said, if we limit ourselves with healing items, that means we're going to have Pokemon that need to know healing moves, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Sleep powders, poison powders, and paralyzes are going to be like huge. It just
heal balls, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, it makes you start thinking about some of this stuff in a different way. It'll be fun. It'll be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So we had a lot of fun streaming Resident Evil 7 when we did it for a little bit. And we're really into Pokemon right now. So this is what we're doing. And then I'm sure we'll stream the new game when it comes out.
Absolutely.
If you guys are enjoying it, man, we'll probably do like an original playthrough with no rules, and then we'll probably fucking implement some rules and go at it again. Because I think this is gonna be fun as fuck.
I think so too. I think it's gonna. Obviously, we're both gonna enjoy it for sure from the Pokemon standpoint, then the competitive standpoint, and then I think it's something the fans of the show can enjoy. Yeah.
I'm most pumped for like when we have our first like rival battle. It's like, oh, what has he got?
Yep. That is
it's like,
fun.
Go Caterpie. It's like, fuck.
That's going to be fun to see too what Salmon gives us. I hope he doesn't go super cheesy and like gives us a bunch of crap. But I also don't want him to go too OP and give us a bunch of like, ridiculous Pokemon.
Right. That'd be interesting too, man. There's a lot of strategy involved, like especially now where your Pokemon get XP for not even being involved in the battle. So do you know, like, let's say I'm just throwing it out there. Let's say there's a Bulbasaur in your party. Late game, that Ivysaur is going to be fucking huge. So do you just fucking have Bulbasaur ride the bench so you don't risk fainting him and he just fucking gathers up that XP? There's a lot of strategy involved. And now I'm giving you secrets. Look at this. I'm sharing a little insider trading.
I was thinking too. I was just thinking actually earlier while we're sitting here talking I was thinking about it yesterday, but now more so while we're talking. I was thinking maybe when we go into a gym too, you can't leave that gym once you enter it to go heal your Pokemon at the Pokemon Center.
No, I like that.
So you get your items, you can heal in between battles, but as soon as you enter that gym, you can't leave until you beat it.
I like that a lot.
Make it a little bit tougher going through those gyms. Because, there's some of those gyms where the trainers, like, they'll have, like, poison powders or sleep powders or stuff or, like, sing. And they put you to sleep and kind of fuck you up a little bit. And you're like, oh, I'm going to go heal after this battle real quick. Or you always heal before fighting the leader and stuff.
Right.
Kind of eliminate that a little bit. Make it a little more, like, a little tougher.
I like that a lot. Yeah, so we're going to be starting that up soon. Possibly next week. I don't know how close you are to being done.
So I just got the 8th badge. I'm going up to Victory Road now to the Pokemon League. I am trying to hammer it out right away so that way we get a Ditto for Solomon because so far I'm pretty sure Ditto's only available post game. So as soon as I can, I'm going to catch a Ditto, trade that over to Salmon so he could start breeding this stuff for us. So I'm hoping in about the next week, depending, because I'm also kind of expecting a baby real soon here.
Yeah, real soon.
So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. I'd say tentatively right now about a week, maybe 2 weeks out. We'll see, but for sure before the end of December, we should have this up and running and going.
It should be
Definitely
started before Christmas.
for sure.
It should
Yeah,
be good to go before Christmas.
I'm off that week of Christmas too, so it'll be some good time to put in some time there.
Hell yeah. So look out for that. We'll keep you posted, obviously, with updates because we're gonna be putting out videos before then. Don't worry. I know Adam went and saw Resident Evil today, the movie. So I'm sure he's gonna be doing a review on that soon. Spoiler alert, it might not be great. Adam might have seen a movie. Yeah, but he's gonna love it. There's no doubt in my mind. He loves every movie.
True. Yeah,
he'll be like the history, the lore.
I was a little taken back by his explanation there because I expected rave reviews.
Yeah,
but
it was kind of like a mixed bag. It was like he wanted to talk trash about it, but then he said all these good things about it. I'm like, all right, so what do you think? Like,
I think
So I honestly don't know his real feelings till he puts the video out. So look out for that. Obviously we got our tickets to Spider-Man. Thank God I stayed up till 3 a.m. We got them. So we'll be doing that when it comes out. If they release another trailer, we'll do that, and then we're gonna start a Hawkeye series once all these fuckers are caught up on Hawkeye.
Look, man, I've been trying to get this shit together for the podcast, trying to bang out the rest of this Pokemon for this stuff, and then
I haven't watched it either, so it's fine.
Oh, okay, so fuck you. All right.
Just taking shots.
I get it.
So once we get caught up on that, we'll be talking Hawkeye, reviewing that, and doing our normal gig, man. So keep up with the videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell us we suck in the comments, whatever you want to do, bruh. Do it up. Look out for the streams, though, man. The streams are going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a fun time.
So look out for those. We will see you on the flippity flop. Peace.